Happy Friday morning, everybody. The Iceman here on one of the Iceman's YouTube channels. Iceman's Return YouTube channel, that is. Um, I'm going to talk about remarks Vince McMahon made about TNA in a moment, but first off, I watched a video by Boston Fan 79V1, and it was about ranting and YWC haters and hacking and whatnot. And it was funny yesterday because he watched the video by Peter Gilmore, and it was a rant about Vince McMahon, and there was comments from the Iceman's Return YouTube channel, and he messaged me and he asked me, he goes, "Did you see that video? Did you make any comments? Because it just seemed out of sorts." And I had told him, honestly, I hadn't seen the video yet. And then I went and watched the video. I did see the comments. Um, they weren't really off the wall or anything, the ones I saw anyway. But I knew that I didn't place them there. And, I did get Google verification codes on both my phones 2 days ago, which when you get those, that means someone is trying to get into your channel. And it's happened so many times in the past. But getting back to Boston Fan's video, I want to thank him for all his kind words, his support. He is truly one of the classy guys here on YouTube. And he's one of the guys that make you want to stick around. But in my eyes, after just having all this kind of bullshit done, after a while it takes its toll, and you say to yourself, this is a social media network. You're here to put up videos, to inform people, to entertain people. And, I don't mind negative comments whatsoever. That is not a problem. It all depends on, if they attack you personally. If you're going to attack the video that you made, that's one thing. But attacking the person on an individual basis, that's another. And there just is a lot of hate. And you would think that, people would have better things to do with their time than to go around and just causing trouble. And like I said before in the past, most of these people that make these stupid ass remarks are ones that do not go on camera themselves. So, that goes to show you a lot. But I want to thank Chris, an excellent video. I appreciate all your support, and I also appreciated the fact that you were, supporting the Geminis of the world, Heel Steven, Charlie, and it just goes to show you what kind of person you are here on YouTube. So again, I thank you, and thanks for messaging me about those comments, because it's just sort of funny because I had no clue, until you had told me. Now, getting to the main topic of this video, there were remarks made that Vince McMahon said TNA is no threat to the WWE. Well, right now, the TNA product definitely is not a threat to the WWE. But Vince, don't get so cocky, because you almost shut down once before, and it can happen again. If TNA's product was like it was in 2005 against your product now, you'd be in deep shit, believe me. Because TNA in 2005, 2006, they had a great product, and they could compete with anybody. It just so happens the WWE was very good in 2005. So it's neither here nor there. Now, right now, TNA is going to rebuild. We have the Lucha Underground. We have ROH. We have PWG. And we have the emergence of Global Force Wrestling with their affiliation with New Japan on January 4th, the pay-per-view. So it excites me to know that we're going back to the days where there's more promotions around. And the funny thing about it is, Vince, every time you did have a threat of somebody, you found ways to undermine them, like you did with the Crockett promotion, with the cable companies. When Crockett first had their Starrcade in '83, it was on a closed circuit affiliation, and then they were going to cable-based systems, and you told the cable companies right out, if you put NWA pay-per-view on this cable system, I will not put my pay-per-views on your cable company. So he played these little games, and it's sort of funny too, like with the AWA, which ended up ending in I think 1991. A lot of it had to do. Their downfall started when Vince McMahon took Hulk Hogan away from the AWA and brought him into the WWF, and thereafter, AWA started faltering, and WWF also took a bunch of other stars. Now, at the time, AWA was not affiliated with the NWA, which they were previous years. So they had a good community with both NWA and AWA. And those were good times in the world of professional wrestling. But now, the WWE product, I like watching Raw because it is live. The other shows I can do away with for the fact if you watch Main Event or you watch SmackDown, you're seeing rehashing of what happened on Monday Night Raw. And, if you take the time away from what they rehash, it's a lot of time for the SmackDown 2-hour show to be taken away. So, I mean, I do think that SmackDown overall, a lot of times their matches are better than Monday Night Raw, but they're on a tape. Whereas Monday Night Raw, when you're watching it, it's happening there live, and you don't have the results in front of you, or you can't get the results in front of you. So, but the product right now of Raw is, and I've stated this many times before, is the Main Event has the same people in it all the time, just in various combinations. And that, to me, I mean, you can only go so long with doing that. And I understand that, the injuries of Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns have really hurt the WWE, and the absence of Randy Orton, and the CM Punk walkout. Um, it, you know, you can say what you want about CM Punk. You can like him, you can hate him, but I do not think that everything he said was falsely stated just to get back at the WWE. I do honestly believe a lot of the things he did say were true, and I think the WWE was sort of shocked in the fact that he did air them publicly, but with their relationship with CM Punk, they should have known this is the type of guy that CM Punk is. And but anyway, but for Vince McMahon to say TNA is not a threat, to me that's an insult to TNA wrestling. This new year, I'm looking forward to a new TNA with Josh Matthews and, unfortunately, Taz as the color commentator. But the WWE and Vince McMahon really, get your egos in check, because at any time, a wrestling promotion can emerge and become very good competition. Because I will think, and I do think, after the CM Punk statements came out, there's a lot of wrestlers from the indies or the other smaller promotions are going to think twice about jumping ship to the WWE. And I think the main focus right now, I'm waiting to see Kevin Steen go into the WWE as Kevin Owens. I want to see how the WWE uses him, because I think he's a focal point there for other stars in other promotions. Because if the WWE fails to use Kevin Steen, because he was a major star in Ring of Honor, and they use him inadequately in the WWE, other superstars and other promotions are going to think twice about jumping ship and signing with the WWE, especially with all the news that have come out in the last couple weeks about how they treat their superstars. And, it just, I always knew there was a lot of issues within the WWE. I also knew that, it was tough to work for the WWE. But, once you sign that contract on the dotted line, they own you. And you either do what they say or you're gone. And they can really prohibit you, because they have a way with their contracts to making it so you can't sign with anybody else for a certain amount of time. And that affects your livelihood. So, anyway, Vince, just keep your mouth shut. Just for the simple fact is, you almost got closed down by WCW. Don't have such a swelled head and think that nobody can touch you, because your product and promotion has already peaked and you're on the downward slide. And all the other promotions that are down below you, the only place they can go is up unless they close down. So be careful what you say. This is the Iceman on this Friday morning. Enjoy your Friday, everybody. I still have a little problems with my hands. Um, I actually have to wait till after the holidays to get it checked out. And it's unfortunate, I will say this, and I probably shouldn't, that my boss is sort of like making me wait because we have a big event on January 7th, and he doesn't want me not being there. And like the WWE, think about this. I mean, they want me to wait to get treated medically because they need me there. And it's the same thing that the WWE does with their superstars. And, the funny thing about it is I didn't even really think about this until I just started talking about it. But now it dawned on me, it's the truth. You know, places that you work for will do anything they can, to benefit themselves before it benefits you. So everybody remember that. So we'll see you next time. This is the Iceman on the Iceman's Return YouTube channel. And Boston Fans 79 V1, thanks again.